Afternoon, everybody. I'd like to welcome you to the NACTA webinar series. Today, we have a great guest on here who's going to be explaining her properties. I'm really looking forward to it. We have Cindy Shubin. She is the Business Development Manager for the Mid-Atlantic and with Playa Resorts. This is the first time she and I have worked together, so I'm very excited to work with her, and I know that she's going to have some wonderful material to present on her property. I want to do a little bit of housekeeping before I turn the reins over to her. For those of you who are familiar with NACTA webinars, my name is Lorene Romero. I am the person who is in the back with the bells and whistles. I will also be on mute for the rest of the webinar, but those of you who need to reach out to me, just go in the chat box, type in a question, and I am happy to help you out. If you have questions for Cindy during her presentation, make sure right then and there to put them in the chat box, because that's always the best way to do it, is do it while you have it on your head, not get distracted to something else. At the end, we will have our question and answer time. And if Cindy hasn't already answered the question, I will be happy to read it for you. Right now, I'm going to turn the reins over to Cindy. I've got you all on mute so she can have a clear presentation to make a clear recording. We will send this up on the NACTA YouTube channel. And then the next day or two, you will also receive a link to receive that webinar link. If you haven't already signed up for our YouTube subscription, go ahead and do that. We have webinars on there. Marketing manager Lisa Watson is wonderful at posting tips and tricks and things for you to get the most out of your NACTA webinar membership. So for now, Cindy, thank you so much for being here. It's actually been really fun working with you, and I really hope we do it again. I'm going to put myself on mute now for you to have the clear recording. But if you need me, I'm here. Just holler, and I'll pop right back up. Here you go.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Hello, everybody. And I'm not sure where everybody is, but I am in the Mid-Atlantic in New Jersey, in the Philadelphia, just outside of Philadelphia. And thanks, everybody, for taking the time to listen to our webinar about Panama Jack Resorts, because I know this time of year, everybody is crazy busy with all the awards, getting ready for the holidays, vacation, and kind of all of those above things. So I appreciate it. And I have a short presentation here about Panama Jack Resorts. And I'm going to really give you an overview about who Panama Jack is, what our resorts are, where they're located, and what the relationship is to Playa Hotels and Resorts, because I know there's just a lot of sort of rebranding. But the other thing is I have been in the business for 33 years, the past 25 on the sales side. Come from many years on the hotel, go-go, travel bound. I started out as an agent many, many years ago, but with Playa, 2.5 years now. So anyway, if you have any questions, just, hang on to the end, and hopefully I'll be able to answer them all for you. So can you see my screen? And it says, don't quit your daydream. Panama Jack was actually launched. Playa's been around for about, Playa Hotels and Resorts. We're based in Fort Lauderdale. We've been around about 10 years. We own and manage all our resorts through the Caribbean and primarily Mexico. And part of, we have the Hyatt Ziva Zalaras, which you might be familiar with, but we also purchased, I think it was around 2014, we purchased the Royal in Playa del Carmen, and along with that was the Real Resorts at the time, was the Grand Caribe, which is right in the hotel zone in Cancun, and the Grand Porto, which is in Playa del Carmen, right across the street on Fifth Avenue from the Royal. And what they decided, actually almost a year ago, last January, we were doing our first ever Spotlight Awards in Jamaica, and it was like a big surprise. Nobody knew what was going on. They partnered with Panama Jack, just like the suntan lotion and some of the clothing. Um, and they decided they're going to rebrand the Grand Caribe and the Grand Porto and call them Panama Jack. So right now they're going through a transformation. They started renovations probably sometime in the summer. I did see a little bit in September. I was down on a FAM, and they are kind of due to be completed. They're finishing everything up as we speak right now, because we know the Christmas holidays are just around the corner. To me, it just amazes me. We got our first little snowstorm here over the weekend. Nothing major, luckily, but the weather's getting colder, and I know I'm ready for Mexico tomorrow for vacation. But so why Panama Jack Resorts? And people, the big question is, what's the difference between Panama Jack and, say, the Hyatt Ziva Zalara? So Panama Jack is this new brand is really geared towards the people, your clients that you should be recommending it to are, I'd say, ideally families, people that have children that are really looking to totally relax on vacation. They're casual, they're fun, they're adventurous, and they really want to have a good time. And from my experience, and I can tell you the Playa brand, overall, we're really anywhere you go in the resorts, if you've been to any of the resorts, even the Hyatts, or I was just at the Sanctuary, which is a new brand for us, which I'll talk about at the end, they put their hand over their heart, and it's all about the service. I can tell you all the resorts, the food is very, very good. We have specialty restaurants, one buffet at all the resorts, 24-hour room service, free Wi-Fi. But the price point, I would say this is a good, probably once the resorts, and I'm going to show you the pictures, are getting this total facelift, it's probably a good 4-star, where the Hyatt Ziva Zalaras are more closer to your 5-star. So the brand pillars for Panama Jack is all inclusive. It's a great value, definitely family friendly. We're also in great locations. We've taken like prime real estate with good beaches, great locations where everybody wants to be, wonderful staff. You got, like I said, the beachfront locations, very authentic. You're in the 2 Panama Jacks are in Mexico. So you're going to have all, the tequila tasting and the great Mexican food and all the great service that I think Mexico is really known for, and wonderful, wonderful dining. So that's what we're all about. We've also done a little, I guess, sort of survey or put together a profile here, what your normal Panama Jack client should be. So the age 36 to 54, couples that have children that I guess would be, high school, elementary school, and even the little ones. What I do love about our resorts, even when they were the Grands, we have those rooms that will accommodate the 3 kids, which I know is always a problem wherever you go. Married with children, people still working, active lifestyle that like to do a lot of things and want that fun, that freedom, that adventure. They want good food. They're all about like having a good time. And that's really who you should sell or recommend our resorts to. So the next picture is actually a picture of the Panama Jack in Cancun. And right now I think we're going to use the name just to make it less confusing, is Panama Jack at Cancun, and the other one will be Panama Jack at Grand Porto. But that picture, Cancun, is a picture of what the front of the hotel looks like. It is for all ages. We have 458 suites. We have they're rebranding our kids program called Camp Jack. Jacks. So it includes all of a kind. There's like a little water park there, a splash zone, mini golf. It's really, the kids love it. The parents can literally sit close by. They can have a drink in their hand. They can be watching their kids, but they don't have to be necessarily right on top of them. But the way it's situated, it's very, very family friendly, and especially for the little kids. We do room service. We have 7 restaurants, 8 bars and lounge. And the other thing that's really, really important is everybody wants to be connected while they're away, whether they're working, trying not to work. They want to be on Facebook. They want to be on Instagram. They want to be doing all their phones and their iPads and all that other stuff. We have free Wi-Fi everywhere. And the next picture, this is a picture of a brand new spanking main lobby that's got a total refurbishment. So it's everything at the 2 resorts before was much more Mexican originally, much darker, heavier wood. This is a much more lighter, fun, bright, like everywhere you see, we have like the weathered woods, the grays with the teal, and the other woods that just make it very welcoming and comfortable. You want to be kind of hanging at the bar, and it just makes it really, really fresh. And like I said, if you knew the properties before, you can see a huge difference. And the next one, the slide, is a picture of Deck 74, one of the restaurants there. And like I said, the whole theme of the restaurants, the same color scheme, as you can see, kind of runs through the whole resort. Here is where we're known for our coffee shops, whether it's at Panama Jack, at the Royal, or the Hyatt Ziva Zalaras. Coffee shops, coffee shops, coffee shops. And like I said, a great experience. Here is a picture of one of our 6 beachfront infinity swim out suites. And I'll have to say, at the former Grand Caribe, the Cancun, the beach there is spectacular. It's got that big, beautiful turquoise, walkable, swimmable beach right in the middle of the hotel zone. Here's some other pictures. Beachfront, infinity, swim out suites. Like I said, what they've done, the transformation is really stunning. And it really kind of fits in with that. We know Cancun is in Mexico, but it's kind of really in the Caribbean. It's got that Caribbean feel. So the room furnishings reflect that. Here's another. This is basically really your typical room. It's got, say, a king-size bed, and then you walk down about 2 steps, and you have that oceanfront resort, little sofas, chairs, tables that you can enjoy your breakfast, your room service, and really, really pretty. Now, I mentioned about the junior suite families. You can see there on the right-hand side, just, below the bed, that particular, you see the bunk beds, and then there's a trundle that pulls out. That will accommodate your 3 children. So, and if you look a little further out, that actually looks out, I guess, to the pool. I was there last year, but like I said, what they've done to the resort, they gave it a really beautiful facelift. So keep that in mind, like I said, for your families with children. So the next picture is actually a grand master suite, and you can see it's ocean front. There's also a jacuzzi in the room, so that's just a nice added attraction. And like I said, they've gotten rid of all the dark, heavy Mexican sort of wood furniture and just made it more modern as well. And I think having all those bright light colors make the rooms look bigger as well. And I think the darker the, like anything, the darker the colors, it makes the rooms look small. Steps from Fifth Avenue. There's a full service spa, great restaurants, wonderful lounges. We have room service, and you also have your freshwater activity pool, as well as a private rooftop pool and free Wi-Fi as well. Now, who would not like to check in at a front desk that shows you the whole world? I mean, I think this is just really, really different, exciting. It doesn't look like a typical, another hotel lobby or check-in desk. It really kind of makes it more adventure, fun. I love the whole, the look with the suitcases, which I think the kids would really enjoy and make it a little different. Here's just another. This is part of the main lobby. Just lots of sitting area. Just fun. Just making it really, really nice. Here's a picture of the Jack's Landing. This is our bar lounge area. Also, they've brought in a little bit more of the royal blue. And you'll see, even as you walk through the resorts, what I noticed in September when I was there, that even the doors, they all have the new just anything new. The new style is that kind of, it's not quite gray and it's not really brown. I call it the weathered wood, and it's got that grayish kind of feel to it. And that seems to be, I know, the new look in interiors, overall very, very popular. Here is our Mexican restaurant that really gives you, it's very bright, very colorful. It's got the Mexican feel. You see the painting on the wall in the background. Also very bright and makes the atmosphere of dining much more pleasurable. Another slide is just, it looks like there's tacos on the table there with some kind of yummy drink with a strawberry. I guess it's some kind of, maybe a strawberry margarita there, but nothing like good Mexican food while you're in Mexico. Here's an outside picture of the bar. It's called Off the Hook. You're at the pool, the beach. You want to be outside. The weather's nice. Great place to grab a drink and just kind of hang outside. Here is the new upgraded spa, also very relaxing, bright, clean, really nice to see. Here is just a junior front, our junior suite ocean front. The way it's situated, the bed's on an angle. It still has, the same colors, great view. And here's another family suite, very similar to kind of what we had at the Cancun property. Like I said, it's the bunk bed with that trundle bed that sort of pulls out. So great for the little ones. And here I did see, this is a double standard suite. I did have the opportunity when I was down there in September to get a little sneak preview when they were still in the midst of, construction. And I actually took a picture of, this is the standard room, and it's exactly what it looks like. It's a little bit smaller than some of the others. So depending on your clients, how many people, how many kids, is it just a girl? I had an agent in Maryland that just did a bachelorette party there. And the property is good for anybody. But like I said, my focus, what I would recommend is primarily, it doesn't have to be, probably for your families. But, sometimes you have this multi-generation, let me make sure here. That might be the end of, wait a minute. Let's see if I got all through this. Make sure I didn't miss, I guess that was the end of the slides. So, hopefully that gives you an overview. Like I said, the renovations have been ongoing the past couple months. They are slated to basically, I think this weekend, be done so that we're ready for next week and the week after, people coming in, guests coming in for the holidays. So I don't know if anybody has any questions. I hope that maybe I made it a little bit easier to understand about Playa and the new brand for Panama Jack. We're just we're rebranding our two grand resorts right now, and they're both in Cancun, Playa del Carmen, and then the hotel zone. And you've probably seen a lot of press in Travel Weekly and the other travel publications, but that's really who Panama Jack is. And you'll probably see we're waiting to hear next year as far as fam trips and different things, and there probably will be some grand openings and some parties and some events, which I think they're planning on. So kind of stay tuned for next year.
And I also see, Cindy, that you have sent out, because I received it, a beautiful new brochure that talks about the two different properties. And it does also do a very good job of breaking them down, explaining them. It also talks about the agent cash program, which does that tie into the regular Playa Resorts program? Do they work together?
Absolutely. So if you're familiar with agents.playaresorts.com, any bookings that you do at the Panama Jacks, also you could earn cash. Your clients get the in-room amenity. Your BDMs can sort of track, your business that way. So you will earn money just the way you will do with the Royal and the Hyatt Ziva and Zilara.
Good, because that's always helpful to us. Trust me, as an agent, that's always helpful.
Right.
All right. Well, I do have a couple of questions, and
Sure.
It's about room size, which is always going to be one of those questions. Like, okay,
Right.
The slide looks really good, but is that, you know what I mean? So one of the questions that was asked is, in the family suite with
Right.
the two queen beds, how many people total can stay in the room?
I think it's total 5 people. So basically, in those family suites, it's 2 adults and 3 kids. And I think as far as the children, the 3 sort of kids, I think they have to be under 18.
Okay. Lots of comments about how the new touches and the lighting colors are really nice. The new makeover is well done.
Refreshing, as I call it.
And this is from a different person, but it may be the same type of question. Does the family junior suite at the Grand Porto sleep 7, since it has 2 double beds, a bunk bed, and a trundle?
I don't think so. I know at those 2 properties, the maximum from is 5 people.
Okay. do are these resorts? Do they have cribs and playpens?
I think that you're able to, if you need a crib, that you're able to request that.
Okay.
And I think the same thing is with like the pack and play. I think that on request.
Sorry, reading. I have a hard time.
Okay.
Sorry, multitasking today is not a good thing, and it's only Monday. Sorry, that's not boding well for the rest of the week. Are these property? See, which of these two properties have the calmer beach?
As far as overall, and I'm being totally honest, as far as overall, I would recommend, I mean, if you're really beach people, your clients are really beach people, is selling the Panama, I want to keep saying Grand Porto and the Grands. I got to get that out of my vocabulary, but the Panama Jack, Cancun, that's right on the middle of the hotel zone beach in Cancun. That is I think a gorgeous beach because it's walkable. I mean, you could walk for miles on that beach, and you could go from the pool to the beach and back and forth, and it's like a really good size and the water is very turquoise, where like anywhere you go down into the Riviera Maya, and whether it's an adult's property or anywhere along there, unless you really kind of get into Tulum, the beaches, if you're familiar, they're different in the Riviera Maya versus Cancun. So Cancun definitely, I think, hands up, really have the better beaches in my opinion.
Well, perfect. Thank you. And you would be the woman to know.
Right.
One agent asked what you think of the sanctuary.
Okay.
And is there any redo plans?
Yes. So talking about the sanctuary, I had the opportunity to go down there this time last week. I was arriving in Punta Cana, and even though I've been in the business many, 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 many years, that was actually the first trip to Punta Cana. So I was, and you hear all kinds of things. Years ago, I remember 10 plus years ago, it was, Punta Cana was new, but the Cap Cana area is new. It's gated. The airport is beautiful. It's relatively new. The ride to where the sanctuary from the airport is 15 minutes. It's all gated. You can see we're building, or the Hyatt is building, Ziva Zalara is building right next door to Secrets. If you're familiar with it's going to be a spectacular beach. And I did have the opportunity. I took lots and lots of pictures on my phone. I didn't really have a chance to really put it into a PowerPoint because I just came back the end of last week. But the beach there, Hyatt's going to open in 2019. And right next to the Hyatt is the sanctuary, which is that's the only property that we're managing right now. We just took it over October 1st. It's very unique. It's very different than the Hyatt Ziva Zalaras or the Panama Jacks or even the Royal. But like I said, the area is gated. I mean, what I saw was the gorgeous golf courses. There's different, God knows how many categories of room. They have a castle, which is where the three of us that went down last week were in a castle. All the rooms were big and spacious. The only thing is the castle is just the walk to like the main pool and the main restaurants is a little bit of a far walk. It's cobblestones. And if you have clients that are handicapped or elderly people that don't like to walk, I wouldn't put them in the castle. There was golf carts and they did take us. So if the women are wearing heels and like I said, at night it's dark, they will kind of shuttle you with golf carts. But there were some beautiful villas. They do have one buffet and the rest are sort of specialty restaurants, the steakhouse, the Italian restaurant, and then they have this like sanctuary town. So we did get to eat. We were only there 2 nights. The food was okay. I've talked to all kinds of agents. Punta Cana is not really known for their food. They're known for gorgeous beaches, which I really liked. I mean, it was quiet. There wasn't a lot to do at night. The entertainment, maybe because it's not in season just yet. They were about 70% occupancy. So it was on the quiet side, but for your spa clients that like the spa, golf, we did get to go. We went out one day for half a day. There's an equestrian center for events, weddings that was gorgeous. I wasn't sure why they were taking us there, but it was actually beautiful. And we got to see a golf course. I have the name of, it's called, in fact, I have brochures sitting here in my office. It was called Punta Espada. It was stunning. I mean, stunning. I used to golf a little bit years ago, but we really got to tour the golf course. So a round of golf, just an FYI, in season is $395, but that includes a golf cart and a caddy. I think off season it's like $295, but really beautiful golf. So, if your clients are really looking for gorgeous beaches, they want to golf, the women want to enjoy the spa, it's very easy. I fly out of Philadelphia on American pretty much, and it was very easy to get to nonstop, 3.5 hours tops, 15 minutes the property from the airport. And I did not see the things that I thought I was going to see in Punta Cana. I just, like I said, this Cap Cana area is like up and coming. So, but as far as if they're really, really foodies, send them to one of our other resorts where the food is, I'm going to Hyatt Ziva Cancun tomorrow. I know the food there. I've been there several times. The food is outstanding. But definitely sell the resort. It's, sometimes, clients are looking for something a little different. And that's what that resort. So the resort is closing May the 1st. And we're going to take some of the villas and they're making junior suites so that I think Sanctuary's got about 175 rooms now. The inventory will definitely increase. They're going to open towards the end of the fall, I guess in time for the holidays. And we will have much more room categories in rooms.
Well, that's perfect. Thank you. Now, do you have contact information you would like everybody to have? I know you're the BDM for the Mid-Atlantic.
Right.
So there's training, and I believe in our follow-up message for everybody, you provide the web link on how people can get training. Does contact for BDM, or if they have questions?
Well, yes, the agents playaresorts.com. That is really the place to go to register your bookings. You want to schedule a site. You want to know if we have TA rates to register your bookings, wedding information, like the wedding packages. There's a calendar on there if you're looking for a date that might be available for a wedding. I mean, that's really the go-to place, order brochures. And really from there, there's also online courses. I don't know with the Sanctuary whether we'll have one for that. We definitely do for the Panama Jacks and for the Hyatt Ziva and Zalaras.
That's perfect. So we're going to end this. Is there any last minute tips or recommendations you have before we sign off?
Well, I can tell you that, the other, I just want to maybe mention is our Hyatt Zilara in Cancun, which is right next to the Panama Jack. That resort, that's an adults only, and that is going to be closing the end of the summer just for a few months. We decided they were going to try to do some renovations and try to keep it open, but I guess they thought that's going to be a conflict. So that they will close it out within the tour operators. And it'll be closed for, it's going to get a little bit of a, a facelift, and but then it will be open in time for, I think, sometime in November. So somewhere between the end of August through maybe, November 1st, that property is going to be closed. So just to kind of keep that in mind.
Thank you for the heads up. So that's good for people to know that if they do want to book that property. Now, of course, there'll be some sort of warning on the website, right? Like this facility is not available to book.
And just one little tidbit to mention. I know, adults only, which one's family friendly. Like I said, I am heading down to Ziva Cancun, which, I've been before, but I am lucky. I've been found out lucky enough to stay in the turquoise, which is, even though Ziva Cancun is family friendly, we do have turquoise located within the property. That's for adults only. They have the rooftop pool. They sort of get priority, like in a French restaurant, getting in for those dinner reservations. They don't allow children in there. So there's butlers that come with the rooms. They're much larger, big bathrooms, jacuzzis on the balcony. And I've seen those rooms several times, but I never had the opportunity to actually stay in turquoise. So I'm happy that I will be able to vacation and be in turquoise to really firsthand experience it, so that I think I can sell it better and help you guys.
Perfect. Well, thank you, Cindy, for...
You're welcome.
I know you were kind of a last-minute fit. You know what? I'm a believer of everything happens for a reason, so you were the perfect person to do this. So I'm really glad that we had the opportunity to do this presentation together. I hope we have another opportunity in 2018, too.
Totally. I know
so everybody...
Yeah, I'm saying I work with some of the NACTA chapters and done some local training, I know, in person, because I cover Jersey kind of down through Virginia. It's my territory.
Oh, that's perfect. In my area is Jeannie Bean.
Yep.
So we work with her on a regular basis.
I was with her in the sanctuary last week, and she's actually she was headed to Cancun this morning for a fam, and I might actually run into her. And yes, she worked with me at Travel Bound, so I know Jeannie for many years.
Gotcha. See, they brought over great people, and you're one of them. Good job.
Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, thank you, everybody. I hope
everybody have a great holiday.
Have a great holiday. Stay happy, stay friendly, stay focused. And I will post this as a recording within the next 24 to 48 hours.
Perfect.
You will have this link. And Cindy, I will send the link to you also when I'm done uploading it. All right, everybody.
Perfect.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. All right, bye.